Hey everybody, BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Green Hill Zoo. Yes, we are actually back in the zoo that is not Planet Zoo Beta or Planet Zoo overall, but we're in Planet Coaster, the zoo that I've been building there for a few months. And it's been a while since we've been here, but yeah, ever since playing the Planet Zoo Beta about just a few days ago, a week ago, whatever it has been. Yeah, I've just had the zoo bug basically. If you've been watching my zoo design series where we've been looking over concept art and Google Maps of different zoos and stuff like that, you'll know that I've been really on the zoo kick and everything. So yeah, I kind of transfer that into our zoo here in Planet Coaster. And for those of you that have just joined us from the Planet Zoo Beta and just Planet Zoo overall, hi, welcome. How are you doing? This is Planet Coaster. Kind of looks like Planet Zoo, doesn't it? Just not as the lighting isn't as good, and you know, it's just a little different. It's the same, but it's different. So, but yeah, maybe some of you are checking out Planet Coaster as well, just in between this Planet Zoo Beta and Planet Zoo full release, just to see what the Planet series is all about. So, anyways, yeah, today we're gonna go ahead and do a quick walk around. Not the full zoo really. I do have a video that came out like 1 or 2 episodes before this one. I'm gonna link it right now in the upper right hand corner. Maybe pause this video and take a look at that video real quick, or it's gonna be down in the description down below. Save it for later if you'd like to watch this one. But yeah, we're gonna do a quick walk around to certain areas and then look at some new stuff real quick. So but yeah, just a like disclosure, I guess, just in case you're not aware. The for Planet Coaster, there's something called the Theme Maker's Toolkit, which is like custom content or just, you know, like rendered images. They're just items that people can put in the game. They're not mods, but they're just items like this rhino. This guy right here, that's a Theme Maker's Toolkit. And you kind of tell, right, just a little bit. It's just, it looks a little bit different, right, from stuff that this is like all Planet Coaster actual in-game stuff. So anyways, what I'm getting at is that we'll walk and talk. We can do a walk and talk here, all right? What I'm getting at is that we have animals inside Planet Coaster now through the Theme Maker's Toolkit. We had some with the in-game like DLCs, like the Adventure DLC gave us some crocodiles and stuff like that. But the Theme Maker Toolkit people have been awesome and made us some. We're actually take the long way around. Like I said, I'll take a quick little walk around. They made us some animals that we can use. So we've been that's where this zoo kind of originated from and stuff like that. So here we are. Here's our main entrance way. And again, touching on Theme Maker Toolkit stuff. Here's some Theme Maker Toolkit stuff right here. Some items of it. Made by Mr. Jaunty Sparrow, Mr. Geekism. So here's our entranceway into our zoo. Definitely going to be, just in case I know people are going to ask, and let's see if people make it 2 minutes into the video, but before asking, but or before clicking off. Yes, I will be remaking this in Planet Zoo, absolutely 110%. So we're going to take elements of this, and we're going to take elements of Thornton Zoo that we built in the Planet Zoo Beta there. So we're going to take elements of both there. So here's an example of our some Theme Maker Toolkit animals here. All these fish and ducks and the swan out there, they are all Theme Maker Toolkit items. So there you go. There you go. Here's a nice little bridge with this was fun to make. Michaela and myself made this together. It was fun putting that little. It's a little fish feeder if you can't tell. You know, you drop a quarter or 50 cents or whatever it is, and you get some fish food out of it. So cool. So we'll go off over this way. Here's our playground that leads over to. I know I'm going really quick, but again, you know, again, look at the video there if you haven't. And here's our one of our exhibits. Oh, hello, buddy. That looks at flamingos. Here's like our flamingo island. And it's just kind of funny coming back after playing the Planet Zoo Beta and seeing how like large I made certain enclosures and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh man, this is way too big, I want to make it smaller, or I'd put something else in there with it or something. So we have our animals cool stage show over here. This gives you a little idea, and a lot of this is all aesthetic. A lot of this can't be used. I do have picnic benches down, so guests can sit there, but there's no stage show that actually happens. So a lot of this, you think of the way that I build and a lot of other creators that you maybe watch as looking at it like a model train set, basically. You know what I mean? So even if something's not possible to accomplish gameplay wise, we'll still build it and we'll use our imagination. So, but right now we're heading down to our chimpanzee, or basically our primate house. chimp house. There we go. I was looking for the word house. Hello. So yeah, this was the last episode that we did actually. And I took some feedback from y'all. Some of you pointed out that the inside, there we go, that the inside of the chimp house here, it used to be greenery. I used to have like grass down and hills and like a water area and stuff. You pointed out that that's not very realistic. It would probably be cement flooring. And yeah, absolutely, you're 110% correct. So I went ahead and ripped out the green and we switched it over. Kept a lot of the plants still, because of a lot of the stuff I did look up, they still would have like some plants. They'd usually be in like planters and kind of hidden in like rock structures, I think it is. Didn't do a whole bunch more work other than that. Just kind of added in a little climbing rock area. So if I had more time, and we'll get on that real quick, I would do this up a little bit better, but that's what we have for now. And speaking of time, my objective and my plan is that I want to build in the zoo, in Green Hill Zoo, up until full release of Planet Zoo. So yeah, just in case people haven't seen this, we'll look at this while I talk. So yeah, I have plans to expand and do one more themed area, hopefully until up until Planet Zoo's full release. And then after that, I'm going to release the park. So people that are, have Planet Coaster and want to check out the park, or you can expand upon the park and do what you want with the zoo and stuff, you are more than welcome to. So, yeah. But we go back here, and this is a little addition that I did after doing some more research. This is the area where the chimps would actually, I guess, sleep and hang out for the most part. Again, not fully done, obviously. Very barren and basic. But yeah, again, a lot of shows like the zoo on Animal Planet that I've been watching, and certain other research shows that like a lot of the backstage areas kind of look like this. Some of them are a little bit, I guess, better, but this is just a rough outline of how it would look. But yeah, very, like they might have another enrichment area back there. But then for the most part, they have just these kind of tunnel ways, I guess. And they, if I had more time, or if I would come back, I would add in above cage tunnels that they kind of have between their cages and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it looked like a lot of maybe it's changing nowadays, and I didn't see a more modern picture, but it looked like a lot of the pictures I saw, it was kind of just like this. Bit depressing, I agree. I know someone commented on one of the zoo design videos, like, these zoos look, or this zoo looks depressing for animals. And it's like, yeah, they don't always look the best. I agree, but I know that, a lot of the zookeeper comments I've seen on like my videos and Geekism's videos and other people say that, a lot of times, as long as the enrichment is great for the animals, which these awesome zookeepers and helpers and everything do for the animals, they provide enough enrichment to really help the animal, be enriched, I guess. I don't know. So there you go. So that's my take on kind of a, I guess, semi-depressing, realistic chimp house or chimp backstage area. So there you go. Okay, so we're going to jump from the chimp house editions, and we're going to go over to our Africa area. We're not going to stay in the Africa area right now. We'll jump back over here in just a little bit. But you can kind of see the giraffes. I never noticed that. Look at our giraffes. Hi, buddies. So there they are. But yeah, well, let's go ahead and jump over across to our island. Again, if you've been following this series for a little bit, you know that I've been talking about this island for a few episodes. But yeah, I basically, if you haven't, then there's an island that I've had out in the middle of this lake here that I've wanted to turn into like an aviary island, and kind of got a start on that slash finish. I'm kind of taking the "it's fine, it's done" attitude. If you follow the No Name Landia theme park from Mike and John there, you'll know that they're finishing up, and their motto is "it's fine, it's done," and that's what I'm doing as well. I'm kind of putting it together, throwing it together, looking at it, and be like, and it's fine, it's done. So here's our little bird house or something house. Not really sure. Didn't really fully finish it out, if you can tell. But again, it's fine. It's done. So here's how that island turned out there. So you get some nice views around as you're over here. So there's that. I'm not even going to bring us in it. You can just look at it from the outside and adore. And I will say that this building would not be possible without the Theme Maker Toolkit beams here. I know for those of you that have only played the Planet Zoo beta, you're like, oh well, yeah, we just have that glass piece. You just slap that down. This is actually, I'll show you. This is actually multiple pieces that you have to put in like this, and they are all again Theme Maker Toolkit items. So you can see if we can pull these out and like, see. So it's that, and then there's still a piece of glass in there as well, if I can get it. There's still the the glass piece is still there. So you have to kind of make that kind of thing. So not the worst thing in the world, but you know, just a little bit of a difference there between people that have only played the beta and the and Planet Coaster there. So this goes back across and hooks back up to our African section and plop down a little restaurant. And by a little, I mean ginormous. I accidentally made this like huge. But yeah, this is a restroom that's modeled after one in Six Flags Great America, actually. I just noticed that people needed to use the restroom over here. So I just kind of slapped this down. I had to do some more work to it, a lot more detail work, and throw down some fencing, some don't go over here fencing and stuff like that. But it's a start. It's a start over there. And originally it was this like really off pale green color, so I kind of like recolored it up to hopefully make it look a little bit more, I guess, in the setting, in the mood there. So there you go there, and that leads you right over to the like our savannah area. You can see our zebras. Oh, and I didn't mention this, but just in case people are wondering, there's no welfare. There's no animal welfare. They're just like static pieces, basically. They look pretty. That's a theme with Planet Coaster. Things look pretty, right? So, but yeah, that's where that pops out to, and then this leads over to our elephant area right over that way. But first, I forgot. I'm forgetting things that I did. That's bad. That's bad. But first, we got to go over by our splash pad. I almost forgot what you call these things. Yeah, look at our new exhibit. We have a new habitat here. We had this little nook, this little cranny over here, and I wanted to add in some ostriches. So here is our ostrich habitat. Realistically, these would be probably paired with another animal, but we're just going to go with this zoo has, like, you know, they love ostriches basically. So they're like, hey, have your own little habitat here. It's pretty much all the way finished. I just haven't done the roofing or the filling in the roofing just because I was lazy and didn't feel like it. So that's kind of my theme with this build of whenever I just jumped into it last night and did all of what you're seeing in basically one sitting, and I was just like, that looks pretty good, let's move on. So I'll go back and fill it in later, but there's a little ostrich pen for you. And then back there you can almost see it with the go away green almost works, but this is their kind of shed they would probably stay in during like sleeping at nighttime and stuff like that. But then this also leads back, and we'll get an overhead view of it at the end there. This leads to a like a veterinary clinic, a little bit bigger building there. So, and then we whip around here, and then just for those of you who haven't seen, I just realized you get a terrible view. It's just so funny after playing just a little bit of Planet Zoo how much I would come back and like you know, redesign things from 7 months ago or whatever. But yeah, here's our elephant habitat there. So we'll do that, and then whip around again to, I saw this at a reference image a while ago at a little zoo, but I started working on this little Fairground ride section for basically all just little kiddie rides, and these are all made by Fisherman and Bullethead. But yeah, these are amazing little, they don't function, unfortunately. Planet Coaster doesn't really have any kiddie rides that are, actually almost basically. So yeah, these don't function, but this again is just an area that I've basically just started, but it's pretty much coming along there. So, but yeah, really liked the idea of having a little kiddie area for the little ones to have some fun there. So, I'll update you next episode with how this is coming along there. So there is that. So let's go ahead and boop out real quick. Booped. Cool. And we'll get an overhead. Control-Shift-G. So there is the zoo overhead. There's all of it. Holy heckaroony. So yeah, just last night I got pretty good big inspiration after recording one of these zoo design videos. I was like, man, I want to come into what do you call this place? Green Hill Zoo. Good lord, I almost called it Thornton Zoo and whatever. Green Hill Zoo here, and yeah, just wanted to add on this you know, this chimpanzee backstage area there a little bit, and added in the aviary house with these two connecting bridges. So there is that. You can see I kind of like half-ass started inside there, but I was just like, it's not working. I threw a restaurant in here as well, so hopefully people will kind of meander their way over through here. But mainly people use it to use it as a shortcut, I think, around this restaurant. I just realized there's a restaurant and then a restaurant. Well, double the restaurant, double the fun, double the pack of a double mint gum. So then we got our restroom, and yeah, and then our ostriches and fairground rides. So you know, just little things here and there, right? Just kind of tying in the loose areas. A lot of that's what a lot of this was. I knew that I wanted to add on some chimpanzee stuff back here after comments in the last video, and I knew that I wanted to get this aviary island finished up. I didn't want that just to be sitting out there. This little speck is just going to turn into a little woodland island there. And then yeah, we just had to finish out these little squares here, just right there, and then we're going to kind of continue some stuff around this way. The ideas here, it might just turn into woods. I might throw in another habitat or two. I have to look on the theme maker toolkit. I haven't looked in quite a while, but see if there's any new animals or any good animals that we can put over here. And these would just be like little animals, you know, as far as like the star rating or, you know, how appealing or whatever they are. So just little things here and there. But yeah, then the next plan that I really would like to get done in the next few weeks before Planet Zoo Beta is I'd like to cut off the Africa section here and do a North American section with timber wolves and grizzly bears and just you name it. Maybe I think there's beavers and stuff maybe, but yeah, a whole area like that. I think that'd be really, really neat. So hey, throw out your ideas for a North American area. What would you like to see? What do you think would go good over there as far as animals and stuff like that? And yeah, hey, this is your first time hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Helps out the channel, helps out the video and everything there. So hey, thanks so much everyone, and until the next episode of Green Hill Zoo, y'all have a good one. Thanks.